La amiga de YouTube. Porque me ve así, what the fuck. What the fuck? I don't fucking know.
Hi, sorry for the noise, but I think it's time to do an update. It's been a really long time since I've done that. Why? Because why? Hi, sorry. So now, better sound or not? Well, why? Why haven't I been posting or updating in a while? It's because I got influenza. I was in the hospital. It was during last month. It was Semana Santa, and I caught it, I think, in Guadalajara, because I started in Wednesday of Semana Santa, and it carried on, because Sunday of Semana Santa, I flew here to Monterrey, but I still felt bad. I felt like my eyes were popping out, I felt like my ears were killing me, I felt like general illness and weakness in my body. I had these awful coughing fits that they just wouldn't stop. So what I ended up doing was Monday of Semana 4, I I didn't went to class. I went to the infirmary so that they would check me up and see what was it that I had. But they didn't say anything to me. They didn't say anything meaningful because they were a first aid station and not like a focus. So what they ended up doing was they gave me some painkillers, like generic ones, and told me if the pain persists and all of your symptoms persist in 24 hours, then go do a COVID test, and an influenza test. But I still felt bad, so I went back to the residencias, and I felt so bad that I had to ask for transport to the infirmary from the residencias because I couldn't walk. So they took me to the infirmary again, and they said there's nothing else we can do. You need to go to the hospital. They inject me some painkiller, and they told me go to hospital. They didn't give me or order me an ambulance, so I had to take an Uber to get there. But when I finally got to the hospital, I was sent to urgencias, and I spent there like 9 hours until they finally got like a room, and I stayed there for 4 days until I got like better, but my coughing fits wouldn't stop. But my signs were clearer, all my vitals were stable, so they let me out with some medication for the coughing fits. But I still had headaches and all that stuff. So now it's Friday of Semana 4, and I still felt bad, so I didn't went to class, and I felt bad all the way through the weekend. So Monday of week 5, I tried to go to classes because I fumbled. I didn't go to 20 classes in Semana 4, and I was falling behind like really quickly. The work that I had to do was piling up so quickly that I felt stressed. So I felt the need to go to classes so that I wouldn't stress out. So I went, and I felt kind of bad, but I kind of pushed through it, and I kind of wanted to apply the same logic to Tuesday of Semana 5, but I couldn't. I just wasn't made for it. I wasn't built for it. I was taking a quiz about some spectrography techniques. It was XRD, which is X-ray diffraction, and FTIR, which is or IFTR, infrared transmission. And I ended up the test. I was feeling so bad while I was taking the test, and I felt like I was passing out. The professor came in and approached me and said, "Hey, are you feeling okay? Are you doing all right? Do you want to like to take a break or something? If you want, I can carry you. I can accompany you to the infirmary." But I said, "No, I don't want to miss out on the test." So I took it, and when I finally completed both tests, I approached the professor and I said, "Okay, let's go." So while we were moving to the infirmary, I had one coughing fit that was so bad that I passed out. So the professor had to kind of like carry me to the infirmary, like drag my body from the ground and carry me like physically to the infirmary, which was kind of humbling, but so I got to the infirmary again, Tuesday, week 5, and they said, "Hey man, again, go to a fucking hospital." So they actually I was so bad that they had to order an ambulance. So they called the ambulance, and I called one of my friends, which was Arturo. I don't remember if it was Arturo or I think it was Evani. And I called him and I said, "Hey, I need someone to accompany me. Can you come to the hospital with me and in the ambulance because I need someone?" And he said, "Yes, of course." And he accompanied me, and he stayed with me through the night in urgencias, and then they sent me to cuidados intensivos. And I stood there. I was in the hospital for, I think, I went there Tuesday, semana 5, which was when I fainted and I went to hospital, was April 28th. And I didn't get out until Sunday. Sunday week 7. So it was a lot. It was a lot. I didn't get out till May. I don't remember if it was May 11th or May 12th. I think it was May 12th. I don't know. It was it was a long time. It was a long time because I felt so warm. I felt horrible. Like I was shaking. I had these coughing fits. I had severe headaches that I just couldn't deal with, and the weakness in my body got so worse that I couldn't support my own weight with my own 2 legs. So I started physical rehabilitation to start getting some strength in my legs so I can walk again. Right now I'm in a wheelchair, but I'll get to that. So a couple of my friends, like, they offered to volunteer to stay out with me and take care of me while I was in the hospital. It was Ebony, it was Arturo, and then it was Chano, and there was Daphne, and then it was Arturo again in that order. And I also had some visits, but my mom, like, she was really worried about me, so she decided to fly to Monterrey, so that she could take care of me. So she stayed with me there in the hospital, like, for 13 days. No, well, like 11 days that we stood in the hospital, and she took care of me. One little problem: I live in Residencias 12 actualmente, and they don't have any, like, wheelchair. It's not a wheelchair accessible building. What I mean by that is that you have, like, a couple escalones to get to even the lobby, and I live on a 2nd floor, and there's no ramp or elevator to get there, so I can't get physically to my room because I still can't walk. So what we ended up doing, well, we were kind of forced to. We rented a place here in a nearby hotel for to the school. So this is like my 2nd night here. Well, this is my 3rd day here in the hospital. I'm watching out for the laundry. my mom took me here, and she went to the farmacia. So I haven't been alone in, like, a long time, and I've been in such a hurry these days that I haven't been able to film and update what's been going on in my life. Yesterday I had one of the busiest and most exhausting days of my life. I feel like since high school, and in high school I really worked myself tired. So the point is, we exited the hospital on Domingo of semana 6. I stayed in the hospital all week 5 and all week 6. And I also have like a lot of fucking work to do. I have to take a final exam that's worth like 30% of my grade. I have to send constant mails to check about the Semana Tech that I didn't went to, so that I don't lose my beca, my scholarship. So it's a lot of fuck ton of work to do, but I'm pushing through it. I'm pushing through it like really hard. I'm really committed to going to school. My father actually proposed that I went back to Guadalajara with my mom, and that I just lost the semester, but that's not something that I really want to do, or that I feel like it's in my possibilities to do. So I don't think I'm not losing the semester. Like, what the fuck? That's a shit ton of money, and it's my fucking education, man. So yeah, right now we're living we left the hospital on Sunday of semana 6, and we took an Uber to this here hospital, so that we could stay in while we search for an Airbnb or something, so that we could live it. And my mom with me, so that she could take care of me while I gain force in my strength in my legs, so I can walk again. So that's kind of the plan right now. It was a long mess. Monday, I went to classes in the silla, in the wheelchair, and it was really tiring. It's really tiring to use your arms. Fortunately, I have like really good classmates and friends that help me out and carry me. Like, they take care of me really well. I'm really grateful for all my friends who visited me in the hospital and have been taking care of me actively during the classes. They even like emailed the professor so that we could check if we could move the classroom, because I can't access it so easily. So like I'm so grateful. I'm so fucking grateful for my friends. They were really so great. So that was Monday of right now, which is semana 7 or semana 1. In the night, I went to school in the morning, and then I came back in 7-ish o'clock in the night, in the afternoon, and I finally secured an Airbnb for 15 days with my mom, so that, the airplane ticket for my mom and the Airbnb. So I took care of that, also like homework and stuff. So yesterday, all that was left up, all that we have like pending, was the wheelchair, because we had to rent a wheelchair. This here hospital where we're staying in were kind enough that they lent us they were kind enough to lend us a wheelchair. So I've been using that to move around, but it's not forever. Like, we had to get out of the hospital at some point, so I had to rent a wheelchair. But the places that we called, they were too expensive, or they didn't have any available, or they didn't have any pickup. So we had to go to a place. I secured that also Monday in the night. So Tuesday in the morning, I had classes till 3 o'clock. So we woke up, we went here to the continental breakfast in a hotel. We freshened up and tidy up, and then we took an Uber to no, that's not right. We took the yesterday, Tuesday, semana 5, we took breakfast. We took breakfast, and then from there we went walking to Residencias 12, straight up. Like my mom was, it's long. It's like 2 or 3 kilometers. So my mom was really tired, and also she had to push me in the wheelchair. But we got there to Residencias 12. We explained what was going on, that I wasn't going to be living there for the next 15 days. And she got all of my clothes and some stuff in a bag. And then we went back, but to Residencias 3. Why to Residencias 3? Because I needed a comprobante de domicilio, like una factura de agua, una factura de luz, because the wheelchair rental specified we needed that. It's like a procedure, apparently. So we went to Residencias 3 first to take care of that, and also while we were there, we took my dairy clothes, and we took them to the laundry, and we left them there for cleaning up. It was like 6 kilos of clothes. So from there, we took a. I don't remember if we went back to the hotel. No, yeah, we went back to the hotel, and we freshened up. I showered, and then from there we took an Uber to the wheelchair rental place. That was it was like 20 minutes in a car away. So we went there. We rented off the wheelchair, and then we came back, but to Residencias 3. So the plan was it was like 2:50 already, and I had classes at 3 p.m. So we went to Residencias 3. We took the laundry that was pending. My mom took that with the hotel wheelchair and took it to the hotel. And I went to class by myself like this, and it was really tiring. And I had classes from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. And after 7 p.m. we get out, and I was talking with some friends, and they wanted to go to a bar because it's the classes that we have right now. They're really light, and they wanted to go pistear. And I said, "Are you ready? Like, vamos a pistear justo ahorita." And we did. We went to Cervecería Chapultepec, and we went to pistear, and I came back like 10 p.m. Some friends, Julia took me to Cervecería, and then Danny Sarasua took me back. But it was like crazy. It was such a fucking busy day. And then I came back here, and I also had to do my rehabilitación. I had to do my exercises, and I had to try to walk, and it was so tiring. So right now, here in the morning, we woke up. We had to do. Today, Wednesday, semana 6, semana 1. I also have classes till 3. So. And today we move into the Airbnb. So I messaged the guy on the Airbnb because we have the checkout here at the hotel at 12. So I messaged him and I said, hey, what's the earliest time we can get to the Airbnb so that we don't spend like a lot of time on the streets. So yeah, that's it. That's kind of the gist of it. It's a fucking ton between mails that I have to with the professors to like check out. Messages from friends, and the fucking wheelchair. We also have to see if we rent a car, the Airbnb, the hotel stuff, the hospital. It's been really hectic. It's been really hectic weeks, and I'm tired, but I'm pushing through it because I think it's not worth it to just give up and lose all my education, because why would I do that? I've been yapping a lot. Ya se acabó y sigo hablando. So yeah, there's been a situation with the HRT, with the hormones that I've been taking, but that's another kind of worms that it would take me another like 10 minutes to properly explain. So right now I'm going to leave this here, and then we'll cut whenever I'm available. Just to make that video, because I'm constantly like around people, because I'm so dependable on them. It kind of sucks, but that's the way it is. Like, I need the other people to move and to get around. So yeah, transition or whatever.